Hey, what's up? It's Dominic D'Angelo. It's Rumor and Innuendo. It's a Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm of adfreeshows.com and podcast Heat Wrestling, but I'm here with Mr. Robert Carpolis, WD Creative _ish. Robert, what a start already, huh?
Damn it, Dom.
I know I made you proud.
Uh,
Welcome.
Hey, let's say hi to the folks who are joining us here today. E says, what's up? When the next RVD ep? So, Dom, when's the next RVD ep?
Ooh. Well, that's coming up on Sunday is the plan. Robert, I don't know if I'm laggy or you're laggy, but we're having some tech issues here. Because,
I don't know. This may
not
be
just on my end. Not
What's going on here, Dom?
It's quite the start here today on the live stream. To chat, let us know what's going on here. Who's laggy right at this moment? Because I was having tech issues early on, starting off, even not by my own mistake. But
well, that remains.
Let's
to be
say
seen.
hi to Wrestling Old Head. Happy Thursday. Uh oh. As somebody let us know. Robert, I might exit and enter back in. I don't know what's going. You guys are good. So it says we're good. I can't hear Robert.
I don't know what to tell you,
I don't know
Dom.
what's going on. It's very laggy.
Brilliant.
I'm going to exit.
By all
I'll
means.
Come back in, Robert.
Dom, you exit.
Yes. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what that was. Just
I'll be back.
All right. He left me with no graphics, no logo, no nothing. So I just look like a lone individual sitting on a screen. Happy to be talking to you all here until Dom pops back on. This is my fault, I'm sure, in that I signed in on time, was ready to go. And
he was ready.
Oh, hey, Dom is back. Yes,
I'm back.
Dre Owen says Dom's got that Scott Chaplin internet. That's what this felt like here. This
yes.
This felt like a rib, bro. not the day to pull this. Tired, man.
Oh man, I'm old and I'm tired, and I work with children.
Two of those things are correct. I work with adults, so
okay, good for you. Well, let's talk a little bit about that AEW Dynamite. Robert, did you know we have a new title coming to AEW? They need some. There's an underwhelming amount of them.
Speaking of ribs, when they announced that there was a new title, and then when Montel Vontavious Porter kept calling it the wrong name, could not have been happier.
My goodness.
Kept calling it the international title.
Yes.
Wrestling Old Head says they're belts now. I guess because they can hold up your pants.
Are they now in AEW?
I guess in theory, yes.
I suppose that's it.
But, we're also trying to theorize what's going on in...
Jeez.
Is there still a lag, or are you just, talking over me in general?
There's still a... No, there's still a huge lag. It was good for a little bit. Now it's back to being laggy. I don't.
It's kind of described this entire
My
show.
internet sucks. I might. Oh no! Jeez. It might not be meant to be today, Robert. We might not, because my internet's not working right, I guess.
All right. Well, stranger things have happened. We can wrap it early and try again tomorrow, Dom.
We might have to wrap it early.
I just said,
that might be the thing to do, because
the unintentional comedy of the delays on your end and my end is this may wind up being our best episode ever.
I can't wait to publish this one.
No, this gets burned. This gets burned in the hellfire that your internet has come from. No. On the plus side, I tell you what, I'll talk for a minute. You just sit, because if you go away, then it just is me in my kitchen. I don't need that. So just sit quietly, relax, enjoy.
Okay.
But put down the handheld microphone, Al Roker. There we go. So what I was going to say is, number one, I'll be recording with Scott Chaplin at 1 o'clock Eastern today for Working Stiff. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into the minutia of Dynamite, but for right now, I think there were a lot of positives that we've now seen again with AEW in terms of forward momentum and making segments make sense. And that to me is a huge leap forward for the organization. The fact that you look and not every segment is going to be a winner, not every segment is going to be a home run, but the number of segments that are happening for no reason whatsoever seems to have decreased significantly. I love that Dom is so close to the camera and reacting to things 30 seconds after I've said them. You guys can telegraph the exact moment when he registers what it is that we're saying. It's remarkable. It's like watching like monkeys at the zoo. But Dynamite last night. I've got the notes here. I'll kind of touch on some of the points. Tony Schiavone opening the show, talking about how they're launching the national title. Tony Schiavone and Tony Khan had announced that before, because yes, literally there is another belt in All Elite Wrestling. This brings out Samoa Joe, who wisely watched last week's program, even though he was there live, and was like, "Hey, Schiavone, kind of feels like you must have been in on what the hell happened. So I'm just going to show up here with the rest of the ops and murder you." And I like that because it stands to reason that, yeah, if Hangman Adam Page was doing a Tony Schiavone impression and you had Tony Schiavone's voice coming over the PA system, that Schiavone would have been in on it, and there should be some sort of consequence. And when you attack a beloved announcer, it's an easy way to generate heat. And no one is going to cheer Samoa Joe murdering Tony Schiavone except anyone who watched WCW from like 1999 until 2001. Or a lot of folks who worked with Tony Schiavone between 1999 and 2001. When I worked with him at a company whose name we will not ever say, absolute delight, even though he constantly called me Gator because he's a Georgia Bulldog fan. And, you know, people make mistakes in life. This brings out Hangman and then Hook and Eddie Kingston to make the save to set up the main event match that we knew was going to happen. Totally fine with all this. You tune in at the start of the show. We're dealing with consequences of what happened last week. It leads to a main event this week, which furthers going into Full Gear. Simple, direct storytelling. We then got Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli. And I was going to say Dom and I are smart people, and then I realized neither one of us know how to sync up audio and internet. But the convoluted nature with which they've set up that it's a 2 out of 3 tournament to determine who's ultimately going to be I mean, it's a 2 out of 3 situation stipulation thing here to figure out the stipulation of who's going to be the one-man advantage in Blood and Guts. Man, they overthought this. But Orange Cassidy and Claudio Castagnoli was a fantastic match. The uppercut finish at the end by Claudio, absolutely incredible. It looked dominant. It looked powerful. Orange being competitive, but ultimately failing, enhanced Castagnoli's presentation a little bit and feels like, hey, if we're going forward with a John Moxley free Death Riders, maybe they're going to get behind Claudio in some form or fashion as a guy that you can really heat up and elevate to go after one of the 19 belts that they have in All Elite Wrestling. Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher, I was going to say Kyle O'Reilly, a lot of Kyles there, are in the back with Don Callis. And Briscoe wants a shot at his belt. Don't even remember which belt his is, but it's there. It's one of the belts. It's the TNT title. Super prestigious, super important. It's the channel that used to have movies for guys who like movies. And this was stipulations for guys who like stipulations. So it's a no DQ, kick each other in the nuts match, essentially, where if Mark Briscoe loses, he has to join the Don Callis family, which is hilarious. Because this past weekend at Boca Raton Championship Wrestling, fine program, fine event, Matt Raywalt was our commentator. And I was talking about back when he was the vaudevillain, Aiden English, that I had been working with Xavier Woods. And we had pitched an idea where if Woods, the party loving Ninja Turtle fan that he is, beat the stuck up Aiden English, then they would have to have Aiden English would have to throw a pizza party in the in the NXT Performance Center. But if Xavier Woods lost, he would have to be his butler. And yes, that is directly from Seinfeld. And now we're getting a version of that where now Mark Briscoe, if he loses, has to join the Wyatt family. I mean, sorry, the Don Callis family. Brand new, totally different storyline. I can't wait until Danielson, through the cloud in his brain, remembers why this seems so familiar and then starts to talk about it and then realizes it's a different company and he's not allowed to talk about it and have to walk it back. Something to tune in for, something that'll be a lot of fun. We then go from a Don Callis segment to a Don Callis segment. You know, yesterday when Dom and I were talking, when Dom was allowed to speak, we were saying, boy, in this preview, there's no mention of Don Callis. And guess what, guys? Lots of Don Callis. He was approaching the Young Bucks. Hey, I got you a car service here to the building. We think the world of you. We want you to join the Don Callis family. And look, here's your friend Okada. He'll tell you how great the Don Callis family is. And Okada showed up. He just should have said, you know, join, bitch, and then walk away, and we would have been fine. But I don't love this feeling that the Young Bucks are turning babyface. It's sort of the feeling we had when for about a half minute we thought Logan Paul was turning babyface. The world is not ready for such shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale teamed up against Mercedes Moné and Athena. And thanks to the outside interference of Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale advance. This was the right decision. Not to say they didn't telegraph it, considering I believe the finals of the tournament are at Full Gear, where we're getting Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné anyway. So I doubt they were going to do two matches. Dom's Marcel Marceau, just truly remarkable here. This might be Dom's best episode ever. He hasn't interjected and he hasn't played any needle drops. So we're don't, because it'll play like a minute later and it'll be at some point where it's completely inappropriate. Like there's like a really solemn moment where I'm like, and now we're going to talk about, you know, the famine in Sudan. And then I'm so excited. Like, nope, can't have that. Devin Dowling just said, Ayo, listening to Working Stiff today, Dom was mentioned 4 times in the first 5 minutes. Yes, very possible. Oh, and then E says, hope Harley Cameron makes a cameo on the Muppet Show special that releases next year. 100%. Except you're crossing streams, E. Muppets, Disney, this, Warner Discovery, as of now. By the end of today, Paramount might own them. Netflix might own them. Dom may be using all that that money from our sponsors to buy it. And speaking of our sponsors, and speaking of puppets, if you're using your meat puppet, yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. This is bad. But we're gonna do it anyway. Guys, enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Dom and I not aligned today with his laggy audio and his laggy internet. And if you don't want to be laggy in the bedroom, can we recommend our friends at Blue Chew? We have a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code RUMOR at checkout. Pay $5 shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo. Hurt Syndicate came out, and they were talking about the national title, or as MVP kept calling it, the international title. And I don't want to say that they buried the lead on how important this title was, but when he's like, this was held by such men as Paul Orndorff. And everybody had the same reaction Dom has right now, which is just, really? We're starting with Mr. Wonderful? Eventually, they got to Dusty held this title, and Jack Briscoe and Nikita Koloff. Sure. I I don't know why we just spent all this time unifying titles just to bring in another title. They teased, hey, what would happen if Shelton took on Lashley? Which don't threaten me with a good time. That'd be a lot of fun. But good news, Ricochet and the Demand came out now with capes.
Keeps.
They now have capes. Hey, I heard Dom.
Hey,
Are you finally back in normal?
I don't know. Am I? Am I? We're lined up.
I mean, you said capes, but you're also not on mic, so you sound very far away.
1 second.
He's going to push something and break it. This is the most exciting part of this episode here. In your hat that looks like I don't even quite understand this hat. It's like
It's
this.
a Jets hat.
It's a what?
It's a Jets hat. It's when they
Oh,
wear their upcoming uniforms. Their Gotham, whatever it is, Gotham City football uniforms.
this is my fault for interrupting. But Gotham is full of spooky people like Darby Allin. Darby Allin took on Danny Garcia, and we said last week, boy, it'd be really weird to put Danny Garcia out there just to beat him again. Good
Right.
news, they put Danny Garcia out there and they just beat him again. They would rather get over Darby's utilization of the Scorpion Deathlock rather than let Danny Garcia get a tainted win, especially when you have Pac there and Yuta there, and Orange Cassidy was already sort of nullified earlier. Like the door was open
Yeah.
for Garcia to at least get the pin, and Garcia had already made a point of getting himself over by beating Bryan Danielson when it wasn't really fully earned. Would have made a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure he also beat that Chris Jericho fellow, but that doesn't really matter. Good news, this is going to go to a tiebreaker that's going to take place on Collision. And if you're watching Collision, rethink priorities.
You're getting Roderick Strong versus John Moxley, though, Robert.
I liked it better when you weren't talking. It's a better episode. FTR came out talking. They called out Brodito. Brodito, not there. Turns out they were locked in their dressing room. And FTR bullies Bandito's abuela.
Mm-hmm.
Bandito, I guess, escaped, and he comes out to save his abuela. And then we got a great moment in the back where Stokely is guarding the door, and Brody King busts his arm through the door and grabs Stokely. I have seen this happen in real life with Brody King. Brody King is unnaturally. Oh, he is unnaturally strong. We were filming pre-tapes with Brody and MJF.
Mm-hmm.
And Brody was supposed to slam MJF against the wall and threaten him. And he put him through the drywall.
My goodness.
And we were like, oh, we don't have budget for this. So we hung a poster over it. Wrestling is a lawless third world country. We got Mina Shirakawa versus Megan Bayne. Only one match needed to determine who was going to get the advantage here. And it was Megan Bayne.
Mm-hmm.
And totally fine. Made a lot of sense. You got everybody coming out after for the big brawl. Mercedes begging off because she's like, I ain't getting involved in any of this. Then Statlander attacks her. I like it. Made sense. Simple. Good utilization of the talent that's there. I'm fine with it. Main event, Ops versus Hangman Adam Page, Hook, and Eddie Kingston. And in the end, Hobbs made Hook tap out in the torture rack. Hook's got to be leaving this company, right?
I don't know. What's going on? It's like he loses. He's the one to take the loss last week, and now he's taking another loss. And they're just not positioning him right. It just is a head scratcher. Yeah, I don't know, Robert. I don't like it though.
I'm not a big fan. I get it. It's a 6-man. There's no shame in obviously him losing in that situation, losing to a guy like Hobbs.
Right. No.
Who, if he had some momentum behind him, this makes a lot of sense. It just felt like a very cold loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Kingston seemed a little lost out there too.
It just felt really out of place. I was hoping that, we mentioned it yesterday, I was hoping that Kingston and Hook with Hangman would help Hangman out. But you're right. It just felt awkward and kind of weird. It didn't line up right. Like our audio today.
Yeah, thank you for calling that back. I was just thinking, things are going well. You want to remind people how this show started. I do like Eddie Kingston's comment where someone asked him, hey, have things gotten better at AEW, and it was like, look, they still pay me, so I ain't gonna answer.
Basically, right?
You got to respect that.
He was pretty forthright. He was.
But he's a dude who usually doesn't hold his tongue.
Mm-mm.
And look, I'm not going to blame him. Why bite the hand that feeds you? And that's something that we do every time we talk about Conrad Thompson, who runs 2 of the locations where you can find us, because we, despite the way today's audio works, are still on a plethora of platforms every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the at Dominic D'Angelo X account, the at SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, Podcast Heat, and ad-free shows. Of all the episodes we have done, this was definitely one of them. So on behalf of the man who's only somewhat on, even when he's aligned with me audio-wise, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Like Hangman, tomorrow we'll be back on the same page.
Shh.